This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. And man, I've got some updates. I've got Nikki in the house. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, if you guys haven't joined our Patreon, we would love to have you as a member of our family. I'm not sure when this episode is coming out, but it's going to be close to the new year. So we'll have our restructured tiers and coaching and profile review it'll be restructured and hopefully better organized. I'm working on it right now. So that's going to be at patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. There'll be a link to it at the bottom of this episode and also on our website. Anyway, we would love to have you join our family. It helps support the show so we can keep going with this. Nikki, this is very expensive. I was thinking I'm paying Taylor to help edit the podcast. I'm still paying Lily for coaching and profile reviews. I'm spending thousands and thousands of dollars a month on this thing.
Yes, and you're not making anything from it.
I mean, we have a little bit of revenue coming in, which helps, and I really, really appreciate that, but I can't continue to lose money forever. Like, this is definitely a very expensive hobby. It's kind of like owning horses. There's no upside.
You're putting out such good information, though. It's
You think?
Very educational. Yeah, and I know the people I've talked with and the people at the party all said the same thing, that they really appreciate the education.
Yeah.
And it's one of the few that does that. There's some other sugar podcasts run by women, I think. But I think yours is the only one where you are the host. There's a man as the host.
Yeah, definitely. I've listened to a few. I'll have to go check. I haven't checked in a while. I have to go check. They come and go because people don't understand the time and expense involved. I mean, you drive down here just to do an hour and then drive home, and it takes up 3 hours of your time.
Yes, my whole afternoon.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know I had a podcast associated with my business, and I had also a staff that did editing, and I had to find guests and coach them before they came on the show.
Yeah.
So that took some time. And then do the posts on social media. I had someone that did that for me. So yeah, very time consuming and expensive.
Now, in a few weeks, we have a special guest. He's been on the show before, coming from the East Coast, and he and a girl from the party, they've booked their flights, or they're booking their flights now to come be on the show. So we're really excited. So look for that episode coming up in, 3 or 4 weeks. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to having them. I'll tell you what, this is an absolutely amazing time to be in Arizona. I think we're having the mildest winter we've ever had.
I think it's going to be the warmest Christmas that we've had in a while. It's beautiful here.
The lows are in the low 50s. The highs are in mid 70s to low 80s. I've looked through the beginning of the year. It's going to stay the same. Though we have like one day with a chance of rain, and you know what that day is? It falls on Christmas.
Is it Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last year I did something I'd never done before, and I went to a rave. I went to EDM concerts as younger, but I never went to like a whole weekend of shenanigans, EDM rave type stuff. So they have this EDM party called Decadence
here in Phoenix.
Yeah,
okay,
and they do it in the big tents down at the Phoenix Raceway where they hold like the NASCAR and stuff. So I went for the first time last year. And there was 2 problems. Otherwise, I really, really enjoyed the experience. I met a girl from Seeking there who was this Asian girl. She's in her 40s and had these massive, huge boobs. I'm talking so overdone that she was almost like top heavy, lopsided. But she's the one who convinced me to meet her there. And I did. I ended up buying a VIP ticket and met her there, and we hung out together. It was a fun experience because I had somebody to hang out with. My original co-host, Amy, and her husband and some friends were there, but they were in like the general admission area, so I didn't hang out with them, right?
Yeah.
But the 2 problems that I had was parking was a nightmare, and it was cold. The nights were really, it's December 31st.
It's December, okay.
Right? And so it's pretty frigid out there. It gets down into the high mid 40s or low 40s. Even maybe in the high 30s. And so it was just cold. And there's people running around with hardly anything on, So I that part I enjoyed because the scenery was quite entertaining. The music was great, but just getting into the venue took hours. I was in stop and go traffic for hours, and that drives me insane. And I thought, okay, it was a bucket list item. Probably not going to do it again. Well, I looked at the forecast, and it's supposed to be gorgeous on New Year's Eve, like absolutely perfect. So now and Alejandra's going to be in Mexico celebrating New Year's with her family. And I thought, maybe.
So do they do this every year?
Every year.
This rave? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
every year.
So it's a bunch of
big
tents.
time artists, big time DJs come to this thing.
Okay,
It's
so it's
huge.
music,
It's all
food,
weekend or all for
okay.
days. It's a couple days.
And it's outdoor kind of tent. The tents.
Yeah, it's outdoors,
Okay.
but it's covered.
Yeah.
In like a.
That would be good this year then, because the weather's supposed to be much
because
better.
the weather. So I may do it again. I don't know. I have some pictures of my outfit last year. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna post those on Patreon. I don't know if I did last year or not, but I'm gonna post those with Amy and I and just blur our faces. I think I did, but I'll repost them. They're pretty fun.
Now, are you going to find somebody to go with you? Or are you
See, I don't know. I'm just I didn't think I was gonna do it again, but now I might do it. But it was fun. I ended up giving the girl I met a ride home, and we had a nice talk and everything. It didn't go anywhere, but it was nice meeting her. Like, I really enjoyed meeting her.
Yeah.
And we still text every now and then. She's just different. she's a different type of girl.
So you never really eliminate people from your life once you meet them and go out with them? They stay in your phone and in your life?
Well, they definitely stay in my phone.
Okay, so you don't block.
I don't block
Okay.
them. No, they stay in my phone. And the reason is, and I've talked about this on past shows, where we started messaging, and I noticed that we had talked 4 years ago. And then I go, hey, we've actually chatted before. She's like, we did? I'm like, yeah. You told me this, blah, 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 4 years ago. And she's like, oh, well, I'm new to Seeking. I'm like, well, we talked off of Seeking 4 years ago. She goes, oh, I did. I set up my account. I forgot I was only on there like a week when I first moved here, blah, blah, blah. And I sent her screenshots of the conversation. So, a lot of times I'm deleted already out of their message system, but they're in mine. So,
Well, maybe you can find someone from there to go with you.
From where?
For New Year's Eve. From your phone. Previous people.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. But it's come back now as an option, so we will see. Anyway, I have some breaking news.
Okay.
Just found out right before I came to the show.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the news.
Drum roll.
Breaking news. Podcast Fanboy and his fiance, they're actually married, but they have to apply for a fiance visa.
Right.
Ran into some problems
With that visa?
with the visa.
Uh-oh.
She went to Warsaw, Poland. There's a special thing, and it's called a Schengen visa. It's spelled weird, like Schengen. I don't even know what that word means, but it allowed her, it's a very short, maybe like 10-day visa, and it allowed her to go to Poland to go to the embassy to apply for a visa to come to the U.S.
Okay.
And she's been turned down numerous of times because they're just not letting Russians into the U.S.
Right.
So she gets her Schengen visa, which was very exciting. She made her way to Poland. Now, Podcast Fanboy is paying for everything at this point, and he is on the hook for 3 hotels at one time, which are booked anywhere from 8 to 10 days. I may be wrong. I'm getting all this information through Alejandra and through Lily. But anyway, I know he's on the hook for 3 hotels because she didn't have the right paperwork when she got to Warsaw. They needed some original documents from Italy.
Oh, no.
So she ended up and she doesn't speak Italian, and she ended up having to get the services from an ex-lover, ex-boyfriend, whatever, who they weren't on the best of terms. She had to call him up and get him to escort her. So she had to fly to Italy, and they were unsure whether she was even going to be able to get these 3 documents that she needed. She got them.
Okay, good.
So the stars aligned there, but still there was some time issues that she had to get back to Warsaw and get all this done before her visa expired, because she'd already overstayed her visa once and she wasn't in good graces with Italy, I think, because she'd already overstayed it. And if she overstays it again, they're probably not going to give her another visa. Well, she went back to Warsaw. They gave her whoever the documents, and they didn't know how long it would take, maybe 3 to 5 business days or whatever. I just got a picture today, right before the podcast, of her United States visa.
She got
it.
visa.
So now, Podcast Fanboy was actually, Lily had asked him, hey, you should come on the podcast with all this great news.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so busy booking flights. There's 1 seat left to go back to Russia. So he's got to get her back to Russia, pack up her stuff, and somehow get her over to the U.S. And he thinks that she might be here next Tuesday or Wednesday, right before Christmas. Yeah, so
that's terrific.
That's like in 4 or 5 days.
Great Christmas present for him,
yeah,
for both of them.
So,
what are the 3 hotel rooms for, and where are they at?
Okay, so she had to get a hotel in Italy. She had a hotel in Warsaw, I think. Again, sorry, Podcast Fanboy, I'm getting any of this wrong. I'm getting his third hand, and then somewhere else.
Okay.
And anyway, so he's on the hook for all these hotels.
He's been busy.
Yeah, and now he's working on getting her flights all situated. So she may be here. Now, my big question is, and I haven't, again, this is all fresh news, is, okay, now that she's got a visa to come here, which is what they've been working for this whole time, to jump through all these hoops to get her here, now what? Like, do they get married? Do they apply? How does she stay here, right?
Well, when he was on one of our previous podcasts,
we interviewed him.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
And I think he said then they have to apply for a marriage license here because he doesn't know if they'd recognize the marriage from, where'd they get married at before?
Like Georgia.
Okay, right. He didn't
know. Not the U.S. Georgia, no.
So I think he said they'd have to do it over again here.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because she's on a fiance visa.
Right. And they only have 90 days, I think he said, to do it.
Maybe that's
and then that runs out. Ooh, so.
Yeah. So anyway, more updates later.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the tip of the iceberg of all this news, but we will keep you guys updated on that because this is a long, ongoing saga. And of course, they did not meet on Seeking or any sugar daddy sites, but she, as like we said, she is the ultimate sugar baby. And wow, he is certainly putting forth the financial, let's say the covering her financially to get all this done. So all those obligations are very expensive.
Does she know about the podcast?
No. And that's the thing. We had to tiptoe around it when we were down in Cabo all together. We couldn't really bring it up.
So if he comes back as a guest to tell everyone how it's going and give everyone an update. She can't be with him.
Now, maybe one day he'll ease her into the podcast pot.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. But as of now, she doesn't know. I don't know.
Because it would
We'll
be
see.
fun to have them both on.
I know. We'll see how it goes. It's a very sensitive thing for her, though.
Yeah, and you
So-
said she's a bit jealous.
Yeah, so we'll have to find out. Anyway, that was kind of fun
Wow.
to find that out.
Yes, I know they've been trying to do this for
Because
a long time.
if they weren't able to be successful on getting her the U.S. visa, he was seriously considering moving out of the country so they could be together.
Yep.
Boy, that's dedication to a woman right there.
Yep. And it seems like, unless I'm missing all the details, was it easier for them to get the U.S. visa than it was for the other visa that she had?
No, it's been very difficult.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, super difficult.
right.
Everything about this has been complicated.
So this was kind of the end of the line.
So this
getting
is
this.
the major step of getting her across the border to the U.S.,
Very exciting.
which they didn't. They started losing hope. They just didn't think it was going to happen.
They must be thrilled.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw her picture on the visa and everything. So
That
it's in her
is
hands.
Great.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So dating news on my end.
Yeah. What have you been
We've
up
had
to?
some interesting things. I went to Vegas last weekend, and I didn't date anybody there or see anybody there. I reached out to somebody that I had met here in Phoenix, and we were possibly going to see one another. But it's hard for me in my time schedule there, and it just didn't match up, so it didn't work. But I came back to Arizona, and there was this girl I'd been talking to on Seeking, and she was only on the site for like 2 days before she deactivated her
Oh,
profile.
so very fast.
And she had messaged me from her real number, so I knew a lot more about her than she realized. I knew her birthday. I knew what she did for a living. I've seen her TikToks, her Instagram, her YouTube. She is smoking.
Really?
She is for real. And everything is advertised. So I wanted to meet her, and she wanted to meet me on Friday before I left, but I just had too much going on. And Alejandra and I hadn't had a chance to really spend any time together because she'd been actually going out, and she wanted to save that Friday for us. So I kind of had to tell the other girl, I'm sorry, I'm busy tonight, and I had to pick up my rental car and everything. So it just didn't work out. I said, well, so, maybe we can set something up for next week. And she said, yeah, that's fine. Have a good trip. I'm crossing my fingers I didn't blow it, right?
Because of waiting too long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I know,
sometimes,
Yep.
things get lost in the shuffle.
Yep.
So I get back, and she's like, how'd your poker tournament go? And it's like, well, I'm back to working for a living. It didn't go that well, but I'd love to see you. And she's like, okay, well, I can do it tonight. And I had just got in from Vegas on Monday morning, like at 3 a.m. I was exhausted. So she said, well, I could see you Monday night or Tuesday, and then I've got my kids the rest of the week. I'm like, okay, well, let's shoot for Tuesday. It's like, okay, sounds good. Well, then she started getting cold feet.
How do you know?
She said.
Oh.
So she is under the impression that this is illegal
Okay. Yeah.
to sugar date. Like, she feels like it's illegal. Now, English is her second language. She definitely has an accent. So she didn't, I don't know if she grew up in the U.S. or not, but I know her dad's from like South America.
Okay.
gorgeous Latina, 5'0", weighs less than 100 pounds, cute as a button. So yeah, it's kind of right down my alley, right? So I'm like, I really want to meet this girl. She plays golf, or she's learning golf, and she does this thing. She's a real estate agent also, so we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So I'll just read you some text verbatim.
Okay.
So anyway, so we set up a meeting, and we were going to meet on Tuesday. And I'm like, please don't back out. Just please don't back. I really, really want to meet this girl. Whether it goes anywhere or not, I just want to meet her because I've already verified, she is what she is. And so anyway, I text her on Tuesday. I said, hey, I'm getting work wrapped up. I hadn't set a definite time yet, right? I said, hey, I'm getting work wrapped up. I'll be free the rest of the day. What time are you free so we can meet? That was at 1:20. I don't hear back from her for hours. So Taylor, my assistant, who's been on the show, she's like, she calls her Golfer Girl.
Okay.
So have you heard back from Golfer Girl? And I'm like, I haven't. I don't even know if this thing's going to happen. So she's all like, so then before she leaves work, she goes, have you heard back from her yet? I'm like, no, nothing. I'm starting to feel like this is not going to happen. But the girl gave me her real number. It's an iPhone, and I sent her a message, so I know she got it. So then the girl's like, hey, how are you at 4 something? She's like, hey, how are you? I've just been in a meeting. I'll be wrapping up shortly. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Really?
I still got her on the hook. And then I'm like, so I was went to my country club, and I'm just on the range hitting balls and such beautiful weather. And then she's like 5 something. She's like, hey, I can be ready in a half hour. Where would you like to meet? I'm like, look, I got to head home, shower, get ready, And then so I said, I'll let you know here, give me some time to clean up. She goes, okay, that sounds good. So I picked out a place to meet, and then she had tried to FaceTime me right before I was walking out the door, but it only rang twice, and when I went to pick it up, it's already gone. And we FaceTimed already actually once before, so we've done it already. And I said, hey, did you call? She said, yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was still good and this was not sketch.
Okay.
I'm like,
so
oh,
she's
man, she's getting cold feet.
Yeah.
Like she thinks that, we got to be like discreet and that we're doing something that's taboo.
Yeah.
Well, it is taboo. And I go, well, it's definitely not sketch. And I said, I've had a few successful arrangements in the past. I'll be happy to tell you about how those worked, and we can go from there. I said, and we can FaceTime if you want, but I'm driving already in that direction. And I didn't hear back from her for a little bit. And then she says, get this. This is really funny. It's not so much funny, but she just wanted to make sure I knew this. She goes, okay, yes, I just want to say that I am a mother of 2 babies, and I'm very important. LOL.
She's worried. Bless her heart.
like she's gonna come meet me, and I'm gonna take her off to some place and
drop her in the desert somewhere.
Then her next text to me 3 minutes later, and so I'm actually at this point creating a text to respond to that one, and as I'm creating a text to respond to that one, she sends me this. Now, here is a text I have never in my life got from somebody before I met them.
Okay.
This is a
pins
first.
And needles here.
This is a first. I've never even met this girl. Now, I've gotten maybe this text from somebody I was dating, but never ever have I got this question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Can you send me a nude?
What?
I'm like,
oh, shit.
What the? Okay, first of all, you think this is sketch, and then you just ask me for a nude?
Yes. And you're driving. That would be interesting for you to do.
So my response, I was in the middle of a response to her original text, or her earlier one about her being a mother of 2 babies. I go, look, I have a very public profile. I'm a broker of over 20 years. I have quite a few employees depending on their check every week. So I can't do anything sketchy or risk my profession.
Yep.
And then I go, a nude? I have never had anyone ask me that before.
Wow.
And then she's like, sorry, I know it sounds weird. I'm a little sketched, but I'm on my way.
And this was the first time she's done this?
She said her profile says she set up in 2023, but she says she gets on and off very quickly because she just gets bombarded with messages.
Okay.
So she said she's had a sugar daddy in the past, but it's been a while.
Because if a woman was asked that by a man,
Yeah,
that would not have gone over well.
I know.
That would not, for a man to say, hey, send me a nude, or even after the meet and greet. Now, okay, what if you hadn't been driving?
I don't have any nudes to send to women. I'm not that guy. I'm not sending them.
Because there are some guys who would do that.
There's some guys like, oh, yeah, I got
Yep.
13 of them I
Yep.
just took this morning. And, they'll fire one off.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not my style. Yeah. So
you met her.
yeah. So I met her. We got along great. And she was everything as advertised. And it went well. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll see her again.
Yeah. So that was an interesting weekend that you had. Well, that was just a couple days ago. That was this week.
Yeah. It was
Earlier this
it was
week.
2 days ago, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's got her profile up now on Seeking.
No, it's off.
It's off now.
She was literally on and off the site within 2 days.
By the time she met you, she took it off then.
Yeah, because I go, hey, when I was talking to her in person, I'm like, you took your profile off very quickly. She goes, and then she explained to me, she goes, I know, I get bombarded with messages. It's overwhelming. So I'm very fortunate that I got through the noise.
Right.
And I definitely wouldn't have got through the noise if she was on like Bumble or
Right.
Hinge or one of those. Definitely would have never been able to get through the noise.
Were you able to help her understand that it's not illegal?
Yeah. So me being Mr. Podcast Boy, I was able to kind of educate her on why I feel like this is completely traditional and why it's not illegal. And she just comes from it from a different point of view, but she understood once I said, look, when I was married, I took care of the finances for my ex-wife, and I took care of all the financial decisions and the paying of bills and vacations and cars and stuff. And I said I would do the same thing for a girlfriend or even somebody that I'm dating. So I said, I'm not paying you for sex. And, I'm giving you a gift, but I'm not requesting a certain sexual act for money. That's the difference between prostitution and being a sugar baby. And I'm just taking care of you like I would anybody. It's a very traditional role. So I don't think she's had it explained to her before.
That's what it sounds like.
She just felt a little bit dirty.
And I wonder if that's another reason why her profile why she's often on Seeking. Does she go on Seeking and then she also kind of gets cold feet and she gets back off? Like she's just unsure of herself?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely she hasn't had very much experience, but once we met, she started feeling a lot more comfortable and then she eased right into it. And it's the fear of the unknown.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if she's already had a sugar daddy in the past, she's already had sounds like a good experience with that person. I mean, to have been in an arrangement.
Yeah, I don't know how long. I didn't get into specifics. I don't know how long it lasted or whether it was short. I don't know. I know that she was never married, and then but she has a baby daddy, and it's not going well with the whole financial thing on that. I know that. So anyway, that was a very interesting experience. Let me tell you, men fall over her left and right. She's got like this presence. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just this real sexy presence, and she gets hit on a lot. Matter of fact, while I was there, she was showing a guy was texting her. It was somebody in the same profession or industry, a colleague, And she goes, this guy just wants to fuck me. Like, he just wants so bad. He's offering to buy me this perfume that I really like, so I'm going to let him. And then he's asking if he could smell that perfume over every part of her body. And this and that. And she's like, but I'm never going to let him, right? I'm not going to let him have sex with me. But he just keeps sending her texts and just falling all over her. But I'm on the other hand where I'm just like, you know what? It was nice knowing you, or it was nice meeting you. And I told her, at the end of this night, you go your way and I go mine. And if we really enjoyed each other, let's do it again. But I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking to be the father of your kids. I'm not looking for all this stuff. Now, if things grow naturally and organically, you talk about that in the future.
Right.
And I think that really caught her by surprise. Because that's different than the kind of interaction she's getting from other men who are just falling all over her, wanting to marry her, wanting to wife her up as ASAP.
Yeah.
And it puts a lot of pressure on somebody.
It's good that she had this experience with you so she can get another side of it, another perspective of what it's like to have a good time and just be getting to know someone and things like that.
Yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Do you think there are women on Seeking who don't realize what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've met them.
Because there are guys that say they don't know what it is, and I was wondering if you get the same thing from women.
Yeah.
They think it's a regular dating site like Bumble?
For the most part, the women know what it is. Yeah. Okay, for example, the girl from Vegas that I met here in Arizona at the casino, like literally, we never talked about anything financial, nothing. She just showed up. And then we sat down, had a few drinks, and she goes, I don't even know how this works. And I was like, what works? She goes, I don't know how Seeking works. And I go, well, it's this kind of site. And then, a lot of times the girls will get a PPM. She goes, what's a PPM? I had to explain everything to her. Everything. Like, she had no clue.
So she thought it was just a regular site.
She didn't think it was a regular site. She just didn't know how it worked.
Okay.
She was confused on how it works, and she hadn't done her research. But she was well aware that it wasn't a regular site because her friend had referred her to it.
Oh, I see.
But she was just a little naive.
Yeah.
And just hadn't done the background or the research on it. So I explained it to her.
There needs to be a training manual on it, except every situation is so different.
Every situation is so unique.
Yeah.
And that's what I explained to her also. And that's what I explained to another date that I had, was everybody's looking for something different, and you've got to find the range that you're looking for, whether it's just for a quick hookup for the night, which there are people looking for that, or you're looking for somebody that wants to get married eventually. Matter of fact, the other girl I had gone out with, we haven't done anything yet. We just went on a couple dates, and I was telling her about my friend that I'd met really early on Seeking, and she's now married and has 2 kids. So I called my friend, and I said, hey, we were talking about you, and the girl I was dating actually knew about you, but she'd never met you. And she goes, you make sure I was only on Seeking looking for an older, I didn't take any money after. So this girl had received over $50,000 when she first started.
Wow.
From a guy who flew her to New York, and this was back when she was living in Georgia. But when she moved out here and she started dating people off of Seeking, she wasn't looking for anything financial, and she took no money. She took no financial help. She was literally looking for somebody to connect with and eventually marry, and that's what she did. And so she wanted me to emphasize that. She goes, make sure you tell her I wasn't out there doing it for the money. These guys did not give me any money. And I said, I know.
Yeah.
I know you're that end of the spectrum that I reference. I call it the right end, way to the right, or you can be way to the left. And then, I told her that people, there's everybody in between. So I was like, I know you weren't out there prostituting yourself. I know.
Yeah, and it's so easy for other people to take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And
she wanted to make sure this girl didn't take it that way. Because she's in a really good situation now, and she's got her 2 kids and living in her dream home. And it's a nice situation she's found herself in, and it's because she took the initiative to do something about her situation.
Yeah, it's a great success story.
Yeah.
And there's
so many.
Yes, others.
Yeah.
Well, I know the one person, the vanilla person I'm dating periodically who's a cop, if I ever explained to him what I'm doing, I know in a heartbeat he would think it's illegal just because of his background and him being a cop and dealing with all the prostitutes over his career.
Yeah.
So.
Now, we've talked about it so many times. Prostitution is paying someone for certain sexual acts or sexual acts. And there's really no chemistry, no connection. It's, a prostitute will basically have sex with anyone, where the sugar baby lifestyle is not prostitution. It's men giving women financial help, whether there's sex involved or not. And the sugar babies have some kind of a connection and with these men, whether it leads to marriage or not, is dating. It's compensated dating.
Right, yeah.
So there is a difference. People can say, oh, you can call it what it is. But there definitely is a difference. Yeah.
And there's even a difference in the women, because some of them are doing fine on their own financially. And they're still getting paid by men, and they could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
They don't have to have it to survive.
Yeah.
And then there's others who it's their full-time job, so to speak. It's their full-time employment, and they have kids, and they're trying to make ends meet. So there's that spectrum too, of all kinds of women in different situations.
So a little update on Alejandra. I can't say a lot because I'm not allowed to, and I don't know how much she's going to cut out of my little updates, but she ended up seeing a guy who I'm very familiar with, and she brought home more cash than she's ever had.
He was really generous.
Very generous, yeah. And they spent a lot of time together, like 6 hours. And she said, yeah, literally 5.5 hours was just talking.
Oh, that's great.
Just kind of
getting
going back and forth, getting to know each other, yeah. So,
nice.
And he was very generous. He had told her a certain amount that he was going to help compensate her for the day, and he ended up giving her like double. Yeah.
How did she find him on Seeking?
Yeah, and again, he's on and off too. He's only been on there. I think, I'm going to have to ask her. I don't know if she reached out first or I think he reached out first.
Okay.
She's got a pretty seductive photo on there with her new tatas, 1-year-old tatas.
Yeah.
And now she's got a lot of great photos that emphasize those, and they kind of grab your eye. So.
And how old is he?
He is in his 40s.
Okay. And she's in her late 20s?
Yeah. And he's worth multi-millions of dollars. And
isn't that incredible how men that young can be that wealthy?
Well, I know how he made his money.
Oh, okay.
I'm very familiar with this guy. Matter of fact, without giving it away, most people are familiar with this guy. Yeah. So he's done some things that are very familiar to a lot of people. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Inquiring minds are gonna wanna know.
I know. I'm being but I'm telling you, she has forbid me from getting into details.
Yeah.
You know, if anything ever comes of it, she wants to be the one that reveals the details. And he doesn't know about the podcast yet. He knows about me, but I would love to have him on the show.
Sounds like it would be a very interesting
But she's
episode.
working her way into it.
Yeah. Moving slow on that.
And then the other guy that she's been seeing, he's out of town now. He's a very wealthy businessman here in town that I have actually done business with. And it's made for a kind of interesting situation.
It's a small world, the sugar world, isn't it?
Yeah. But she's a couple of really good guys, though. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
nice.
Like I said, you just never know. And you're like, well, how do I find these guys? Like, you just never know. You just got to be ready. You know what they call being, the old saying is luck is when preparation and opportunity meets.
Oh.
Like, oh, well, you're so lucky to meet this guy, or you're so lucky to find this job, or you're so lucky to get in this situation. Well, yeah, you are lucky, but you've prepared yourself for it, and then the opportunity came.
Right.
So you put those together, and luck will find you.
When these men have reached out, like let's say Alejandra, when they've reached out to her, have you seen the messages? Like, are these men communicating well in their messages? Because many of us are getting hi or
oh my gosh,
what's
and
up?
that is a good point. I don't
so
know.
annoying.
She doesn't show me a lot of the messages, but I've got like 30 or 40 messages in the last couple weeks. Hey, hi,
Yep.
what you doing?
It's like people can't string two sentences together. It's so annoying.
I know. And the problem is women. When I go to look at your profile and you have tattoos up the side of your neck and your lips are overdone, you got piercings, you got, what do they call it? The septum ring. I'm not going out with a girl that has a septum ring. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think everyone's got a different
I mean,
approach and
you'll
different
find a guy
style.
but I'm not going to do it. Most guys I know on there are not going to do it. So if you're already bringing these challenges, you got to bring more than, hey. Mm-hmm. And I literally, if I showed you this profile, I got 19 for, so that's a problem too. But she is all tatted up, goth, piercings everywhere. Hey there. Mm-hmm. Okay. How am I supposed to take you serious? You can't even message me
Yes, exactly.
a proper message.
The women have the same problem with the men. I've had a lot message me this past week, same thing, one word,
Yeah.
2 words, something like that. So, because for me, communication is a big thing. I'm looking for a really good communicator. And if they can't even initiate a message that says much of anything, and then their profile doesn't even say anything.
Right.
And they're not verified, a lot of them. So I don't
See,
know.
your profile is your business card.
Yes.
It's your brochure. Put some effort into it. Don't make it long and windy,
Yeah.
but put some effort to it. Put it in ChatGPT, see what it says, and then modify it to where, it sounds like you. Here's another thing about ChatGPT. I use it all the time, as we now know, for almost everything: messages, responses to profiles, responses to inquiries, this and that. People can tell when you're using ChatGPT because of some of the emojis that it uses, the way it uses a dash in between some sentences. Take the dash out, put maybe a comma, put some dots, take some of the emojis out. At least make it not so obvious. Maybe change a few words that better suit the way you talk. Just use ChatGPT, but don't just copy and paste it.
Right.
Because I can tell, I've literally had conversations with people where we're going back and forth, and I can tell both of us are using ChatGPT.
Okay. Yeah.
And I even told like Alejandra or Taylor, I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's so funny. Like literally I could tell she just copied and pasted a message from ChatGPT back to me, and I pretty much copied and pasted one back to her. So we're having so basically ChatGPT is having the conversation. Yeah.
And doesn't ChatGPT make it a little like too formal? Like it doesn't sound conversational.
Well, you can you can dial it up to any way you want to make it sound. ChatGPT knows me so well now because I've logged in and I actually pay $20 a month for the service. I would highly recommend you doing that. But it knows me so well that it even says, here's a response, or would you like me to make this more Marcus themed or Marcus charm? It'll say, do you want me to add some Marcus charm to this message?
Wow. So
literally says that.
It knows your style and your personality.
It's got to know me so well that it's scary. It really frightens me sometimes. That it knows the Marcus charm on my messages.
That is crazy. And did you tell it yes?
Oh yeah.
Add some charm.
And now sometimes it comes back and I'm like, no, we're not going there.
Too much.
Then but I like having options. And so when it gives me 4 or 5 options, or maybe I'll ask it to dial it into another way of saying it, maybe a classy and bold or whatever, right? Instead of what it did. And then it'll give me some more options. And I'm like, I think I'm going to go back to the original option it gave me. But at least I have options. And then I try to change a word or two to match my style. And then I copy it over and send it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, my response rates and the action that I want from the other person is 10 times better than it used to be.
Interesting.
10 times better. And I almost feel like a genius that's cheating. I just like, I'm a fucking genius. I got this girl to do this, and their comment this way, or she's like, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. I think you hit it on the, the nail on the head or whatever. And I like what you're saying here or whatever. And I'm just like, I just kind of lean back going, I'm a genius here. It's absolutely amazing, but I'm not a genius. I'm just using a good tool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the genius part.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
From a man's perspective, in your profile, how much do you say about yourself? Like, do you talk about hobbies? Do you talk about who you're looking
You want me to
for?
read my profile?
Yeah.
I get a lot of good reaction from it. I probably need to change it up, but and this is not ChatGPT, people.
Oh,
this
okay.
is exactly me
Because
saying.
most of the profiles I'm seeing out there, the men have hardly anything in there. And I always get so impressed when I see someone who actually has information.
Okay, so about me, I say, okay, first of all, and if you guys want to look me up, it's fine. I'm not here to hide. It's called, my username is experienced SD 57, because I feel like that fits. And then my taglines are experienced, flexible, let's enjoy life. And then I've got my real weight in there. I've got my height, and I did up at half an inch to 5'10".
Okay.
I'm 5'9.5". About me, I put, I'm familiar with this type of dating, and you'll have a great time, along with the many benefits you're seeking, and I put in parentheses, including financial. Okay, that kind of tells people right there, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. I said, I'm based in Arizona, but travel quite often throughout the U.S. because I change my location a lot, depending on if I'm traveling or if we've got a party going on, and maybe I'm trying to solicit engagement from other locations. So I put that in there. It says, I own a real estate and tech company along with a few side hustles I'll be happy to share with you offline. Somehow I find the gym almost daily, and I enjoy podcasting about this lifestyle. I also have a passion for golf, high-stakes poker, tournaments, traveling, and discovering new restaurants and hidden bars. And I separate these into 3 different paragraphs, so it's easy to read. It's not just one run-on paragraph. And then my final paragraph in that part says, my interactions with people I meet here tend to leave quite an impression, and their lives often change quickly for the better. Bold claim, find out for yourself. I get a lot of reaction to that.
Okay.
And the reason I put it there is because I keep seeing it happen over and over. I'm not some miracle worker, but I usually bring information to a meet and greet or to a date that I see their eyes open with shock and awe, and they're like, you're kidding me. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Or I never thought of it that way, just because of the experiences that I've had. You know, I talk about the Chinese farmer parable, where good things or bad things keep happening to them, but it results in a good thing. And then sometimes the good things end up being a bad thing. And I equate that to my own life, where I lost my job in 2004. I got fired. And then I end up getting into real estate and quintupling my income and never looked back. So that really bad thing, which was a very tough time for me in 2004, turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me, because it launched me into a new career and into a new life. So I have examples that I share with people. Now, I just don't bombard them with this stuff, you know, but as they ask questions or as we interact, I kind of bring up things here and there. And usually, it's very rare that it doesn't happen, but usually at the end of the date, I feel like they are better off than when they came.
More knowledgeable
About something, whatever it may be. Oh my God, I didn't know about Google Voice. Or, oh my God, I didn't know that you could find all this information about me just because I need to be more careful. Now, I don't bombard them with that in the beginning, because then they think I'm a creepy stalker. So we slip it in there as the conversation goes, if I feel the need. But anyway, I do put that in there because I just keep finding it happening over and over, that I can share information with people that will literally change their lives. Now, whether it does or not, that's up to them. But I've shared information that hopefully they come away a better person than before they met me. So that's my about me. And then what I'm looking for is, let's enjoy life with no expectations or pressures. So much more fun that way. At the end of the day, you go your way, I go mine. And if we enjoyed each other, let's do it again. And then in parentheses, I say, and again, and see where things go. And I say that all the time on the show, because that's literally how I feel going into a date. I am not looking to wife you up. I'm not looking to make you my girlfriend. I'm not looking for anything except, let's enjoy this date. Let's enjoy whatever we're doing. At the end of the day, if we enjoyed each other, let's do it again. And that puts a lot of people at ease, because so much of the dating is about finding that person, finding, as Lily said, her person, right. Mr. Right or Mrs. Right or whatever. They're out there, but you can't expect to find them on date 1 or date 5 or date 10.
Yep.
You got to work yourself into it. And so many people blow it by putting way too much pressure on the first few dates.
Yeah, and in your profile, you're clear, and I think that would help someone who, say there's a woman who is looking for her person. It's obvious by your profile that you're not, so that would help her understand if the two of you are going to meet, you're not looking for the same thing.
Well, I try to make it, hey, I'm not here to put pressure on a relationship, but if it goes that way, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the message that I want my profile to convey.
Yeah. Well, I think more men should have more in their profile than just a sentence or two.
Well, I agree, but they don't. And that's why we do coaching and profile reviews to help. There's no one profile that fits everybody. Like somebody can't just take my profile and copy and paste it and think they're going to have the same success and failures that I have, right? You have to tailor it to your own situation, but you have to be genuine about it, and that has to come across somebody. Somebody has to look at it and go, you know what? I believe them here. I feel them. I think they are a genuine person, and they've laid it out pretty nicely. But yeah, most men, unfortunately, do not put the time and effort into it because it takes time and effort.
So the profile reviews that Lily does, people can sign up for those on where? Patreon?
Yeah, on Patreon. So if you guys want just even a single, you don't even have to sign up for a tier. We're going to have it where you can just purchase a single profile review and coaching. So I'll get you the details. We're still working those out, but we've got a calendar system where you can choose the time and date and stuff that you're on there. Instead of us, we have people signing up for the coaching and profile reviews, and then we have to contact them, try to figure out a time and date that works. And it's just a little bit, things get lost in the shuffle. And I don't want people to get lost in the shuffle. We really want to help you, but obviously we need some compensation for our time and effort on doing that. So we're going to set something up that's beneficial for both sides and make it a little bit more orderly.
And that'll be coming out after the first of the year?
Yeah, after the first of the year.
Okay,
so
great.
Whether you're hearing this now at the first of the year or not, then if you're listening to this and it's already in 2026, then go to our website and look for that. New coaching and profile review options. I'm excited about it because I get questions all day. Oh my God. I know we got to wrap up, but there's a guy that's paid for some coaching, and he messaged me on Instagram, and he wants to co-sign for a sugar baby on a property. I'm just like, this is a bad idea. But he's trying to justify all the reasons why he thinks it's a good idea. And I mean, whether he listens to us or not, it's up to him. But our advice is don't do it. Don't do it. And apparently in the girls' women's chat, you're in that, aren't you?
Yes.
Now, is this true? Some guy bought a girl a $2.1 million home?
I think it was 2.4.
$2.4 million home?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got to get more details on that. She needs to come on the show and explain
that's
that.
A dream come true.
So this has just been going around on the girls' chat lately. Mm-hmm. How many members are there? 80 something?
I checked the other day. There's 76.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
So if you guys want to get on the girls' chat, it's a really cool thing. Now it'll blow up your phone, so I'd put the notifications on silent. But it's a WhatsApp group, and you have to join us on Patreon to get that information. I'm not just giving it out to everybody. Mm-hmm. It's a special perk for our Patreon members. But yeah, there's some interesting things that go on in there.
A lot of good information, and there's women there not only across the country, but Australia, Canada, other countries. So a lot of good information.
Okay. Anything else, Nikki?
Wow.
I didn't realize the hour was going to go so fast.
I'm all talked out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, if you guys want to join us on Patreon to get the perks and all that good stuff, we'd love to have you. It supports the show. You get to hear all the episodes and extra sugars before we release those to the public, behind the scenes videos and pictures and the community chat, and just get to mingle with other people in the lifestyle. And you can throw out any questions you want. It doesn't even have to be sugar dating. It could be anything, financial or whatever. We got a lot of very smart, intelligent, experienced people on there who'll be happy to give you their advice. And again, we'd just love to have you there as a member of our family. So it's at patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. All right, Nikki, once again, thanks for making the drive down, and we will see you next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Holidays.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.